Hello, welcome back. It's Laura at Hyperstamper. I have a wonderful antique book that I've turned into another junk journal. So let me give you a little tour of this one. This is a book from the very early 1900s, 1909, and it is called The Girl of Limberlost. And I love these beautiful irises on the cover and this lovely sort of brown burgundy typeset, and a wonderful spine and back. All it's original. And I only pierced the spine so that I could add the bangle. And let's take a look inside. I put some corner protectors here too because it is very worn, but I liked it. I was going to cover it with lace and crochet, but I wanted to leave it. I love that it's worn and loved. Now this, somebody, if they don't like this, they can certainly cover it up, but I thought it was hysterical. Some little girl, Nadia, she said, if touched, be careful. She really liked this book and didn't want anybody to touch it. But one of my favorite things is this. And do you know what that is? That is a worm, a bookworm has eaten its way through these pages here. So I just thought that was fantastic. There really are bookworms besides people. This is the original first plate in the book, and I've put some more of the original plates from the book in here. Lovely first page. Look at the butterfly and the flowers, just stunning. I've got a pocket here made from a 1955 stamp collector's page, and this is from the 1926 Delineator magazine. It is wonderful. Look at this cream advertisement. Got a wonderful recipe here, and just I love the fonts, I love the images, I love everything. So I think you will have an awful lot of fun with that piece. Put some little mini tags in this pocket down here made from a 1930s children's book, and then boop, little hidden spot up there for journaling, and same on the other side, more fun clusters. And this is from 1892 Demarest Family Magazine. And look at the wonderful fashion images, gentlemen up here, just to die for. I love it. And here is a photograph from the 1930s. And these two little kids are at Cedar Nook Camp. Isn't that fun? I love it. On its original backing from the photo album. This is from the 1937 Upland Pair of Stairs, and just a lovely little journaling envelope here, little dangle. I did some hand stamping on these vintage paper pages. And I just love the original staining on here, this beautiful print up here for the chapter heading. I just love everything about this. And there is a 1950s Theater Arts magazine page. Really, really fun memorabilia here in the article. This is a vintage bird book page. You've got some ducks here. And here's another one of those plates from this book. And I turned it into a pocket and put this from 1923 in. It's the chorus selections, and I put antique paper on one side. I just really loved the font up here and the age of it. Somebody knows. Oh, great. So there we go. That is tucked into there. More vintage birds and theater arts. Wonderful little book page here. I love it. And I turned that into a pocket, and this is from a news heading from 1896. And just a note on the government's happenings of the day. Hand typed, which I love. This is really cool. This came from an 1884 book here, Meringue's Modern Phonic Primer. Isn't that wonderful? Look at this. It's just such a great little find, and I'm really enjoying this book with the plates in it and the original coloring. I mean, to have color like that in a book in the 1800s is pretty spectacular. Just another fun cluster up here using my antique scraps. Another plate from the book. See the irises there like on the cover? And I just made this into a little window box journaling spot. And I've added a Longfellow's poem here, which is lovely. And it is, oh, I've got to show you this little book if I can find it. I will show it to you. It's not there. Okay, it's a lovely little book from the early 1900s, and Longfellow has just the most beautiful poems, so I pulled one there and tucked it into there. This is a plate from the 1950s Art magazine. Isn't that gorgeous? This beautiful little girl here. I think she's stunning. That is from a 1940s magazine page, just a scrap that I love the brightness of it. And a vintage playing card, one of the round ones from the 70s. And then this is another wonderful children's book image from a school book on, this one's on weather. And I just put a little journaling spot here with some vintage lined paper. And I've got quite a bit of that, so you're going to see a lot of that coming up. Pockets out of a school book or a music page. And these are just little banknotes. Look at the images on them though. Isn't that wonderful? These are American ones from, let's see, the 1920s, and they expired in 2000. But they were good for, I think, 75 years. Another children's book page here, and a vintage glassy envelope that's full of vintage stamps. That would have been a stamp collector's envelope there. Fun clusters, a 1926 ledger piece here. And this is a really cool postcard. Whoop, that dropped out of a book. That came from my book haul. Oh dear, I've torn that. I'm going to fix that. This one is from Detroit, Michigan. Look at that indoor swimming pool from the Hotel Webster. I think I'm going to look it up to see if that still exists. That's early 1900s. Look at the bathing caps. So fun. 1950s. Polish crochet and embroidery book. And a 1950s home economics book. Look at this from the early 1900s. An advertisement on accordions. And this is just a cute little thing. I liked this out of the dictionary. Will-o-wisp. Will-o'-the-wisp. And on the other side it's wit. So just a fun little journaling spot there. Another fun children. Look at the eyes on this tiger. Too funny. Home Again. I just liked the title of this nice hard book page. Some lace here. Another children's book page. And I made this little booklet just out of some of my scraps. Made a little pocket here with some ledger paper. I just thought that was fun. Isn't that cute? So made the pocket out of a vintage doily and antique music note sheet. And this came out of a 1937 book. And that is a piano roll box remnant, the actual tag. And that is a German banknote from 1924. This is early 1900s. Vintage botanical book page here. The images are spectacular and colorful on these ones. I just love them. I've gotten a lot of use out of them, and they're very popular. And I made this double pocket here out of a how to dance book from the 50s. And then this is a plate from the early 1900s. And sorry, I'm going to show you. That one is from Backgrounds of Literature. And I think it's beautiful. Oh, there's that little poetry book from Longfellow's poems. Isn't that pretty? I was going to make it into a journal, but it's really small and tiny. So maybe I'll just make it for myself. And here is another plate from a book. These lovely ladies in costume here, 1876. And then another image on the back, swimming at the beach. Pretty cool. Another children's book page, and just some more wonderful ephemera. This came from 1920, How to Make Things. Look at these, would have been those push toys where the fellow would have moved as the wheel rolled. So it tells you how to make that. And this is from an art woodworking book here. And another children's book page. And isn't that spectacular? That, of course, was one of the front pages of the Happy Prince and Other Tales. And the last page is the last page of this book. So I love it. It's going up on Etsy now, hyperstamper.etsy.com. I hope you'll come back, and don't forget to subscribe.